Hello everybody, I am back. Sorry for cutting last episode short. I kind of had to go do some stuff and wasn't able to get back to it, and I've done this kind of in my spare time. So yes, I do apologize for not showing you the building process of this insane contraption. Um, but I left a lot of it uncovered because these can't be covered that well. So let me just show you through. Okay, so first off, I ran the engines with oils, and I started out with just one line. So it would come all the way around here. But now I just have the oil line going right from the tanks outside being pumped into right here. Now these, has thermal expansions no longer being made by the same crew, somewhat. Now these activate by themselves the redstone signal. So as you can see, it's lit up red. That means it's activated, so it's automatically activating. Now you can do this and set it your own personal way. As you can see, high, so that way it will require it. So you can set them up the way you want. Now this I'm still getting used to working with, so I do apologize. So you can kind of like send redstone signals along these. So these all are transporting water. Had a few explosions, so whoopsie daisy. But our aqueous accumulators are back underneath that, behind that wall. As you can see, they're up. The fuel lines are up there, which all these are fuel lines. I know these. It's kind of hard to see what's traveling through them because where are they? Because they cannot actually be seen. They're cheap. It's kind of like it's a very cheap way to get liquid ducts. If I could find out where I placed the last little bit. I didn't have actually a little bit. Oh, by the way, these are something from forestry. They're a really cool little device that aqueducts. Now if you have put a hardened glass in, then then you can see through them. But so those are from forestry. It's kind of like to replace Red Power 2. What Red Power 2 made the working bench. So it's kind of like to replace that a little bit, which is really nice that forestry decided to add that in. But so right now we have this, which is deactivating the fuel line from actually allowing it to take fuel and send it through the network. Because they've actually got a little bit, these pipes have actually got a little bit more intelligent. So as you can see, it's filling up one more than the other. It's filling up the one that has the most room first, I believe. At least I think that's how they reworked it. I cannot talk today to save my fracking life. I have no clue what's wrong with me. So this will get me 2 tanks. Okay. Let me go back. Not. There you go. We're in bat mode. Alright, fly me to the moon. Okay, so we got that place now, which this is going to soon be all gone. As you can see, we've already gotten rid of most of the areas on the outlying this way. Good lord, that's a big lag spike. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, I might be running this for a very long time. So you can see these are just starting back up because it's kind of like cutting the power a little bit more, which is... Pipes have actually got a lot more intelligent, which I enjoy them being intelligent. They used to just be bone dead stupid. By the way, for those of you who want to know where I got that creative wand, with that building wand, it's right here. Maybe it's because I'm a bat and I'm recording. No, I don't want to stay bat, I want to go this. You can find right in here, there will be a spawner right on top. So you can just get rid of the spawner and then bada bing bada boom, you have access to that. So yeah, by the way, my thing at Cheats is going well. Also, a lot of people have been asking, I've been just like hearing a lot of stuff with YouTube, and honestly, I'm not going to give any crap about YouTube until I know fully what's going on, until I know exactly what's being implemented, so I'm not just going to take like what I'm hearing on the internet for 100% truth, because you do that, you're kind of an idiot. So I'm not going to take anything I hear on the internet to be 100% truth by God or whatever you believe in. I'm not trying to be religious. Well, actually, that's a weird word, actually, not interesting, because usually, like, racist. My joke is carist. That was my joke back when my mom was going to get a Hyundai Sonata, but she got a Chevy Malibu. So, yes. My sister is the only one in the family that has a Ford. Which I actually like Ford, so shush. But, oh, and we will be taking that trip, up to Cleveland. Even though it's gonna somewhat be boring, I think. But shh, don't tell him I said that. Alright. So yeah, oh, and yeah, so that, just wanted to give you guys a little update, and I'm gonna be vlogging that a little bit, just because I thought you guys might enjoy that. And I know some people were asking me, hey, can you do some vlogs? Hey, can you do this? And vlogging is probably some of the easiest videos you can do. But like people are saying, oh, YouTube's gonna make it so that you have to like do a 2-day audit or something like that. And I'm like, honestly, unless I get massive big, which I'm a little ticked off. Angry Joe's like considered an affiliate, not an actual managing partner. But go look at somebody else for that. So I'm not even gonna talk about that until I know more details, because it's just all sort of rumory now. And RPM, I've not been able to actually contact anybody at RPM, so that's just like, hello, I had a person that I could talk to every now and then, and this is support, like, RPM support's no longer existent, so I haven't been on RPM in a while, so I'm a little ticked off that I can't even talk to somebody, because my contract's about to be up in February, and I don't know if I'm going to renew it. But, actually, I will have to completely renew it, because I'm still Corey, to them I'm Corey Phillips. Haha. I could be out of my contract anyway. Because it's not valid, because I changed my name from Corey Phillips to Corey Mason. Long story short, you know me, you know I changed it. So, yeah, I'm probably going to have to even tell them that my name's changed, and I have to then go off and get everything fixed. Yay, more copper. I need iron, though. But what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of like equalizing this, or whatever you want to call it. But what I'm really doing this episode, that was just a quick little update tidbit of what's going on with the channel and things like that. Because I now just learned about that yesterday, about like all that rumors and hearsay of what's going on with YouTube. Honestly, my videos don't get audited that often. Actually, I've only had a video audited once, and that was because I did use some copyright material. And it wasn't really in the background, it was more overpowering of everything else. But, that was actually a while ago, so I haven't been really audited any big times lately, so unless it's going to be like a major problem, and I'm not going to say I don't get a lot of money. I do get money, but I'm not big enough to like worry about, oh, my main source of income's gone because of YouTube's doing this thing. I honestly think YouTube's going to reverse everything they just did, or at least like, man, like they're really going to, I think YouTube's trying to bring back everybody to want to be partnered with YouTube alone. That's at least my theory behind it. But, so we're going to be working on some more machines today. Yeah, it's because I'm a bird and I'm bat and I'm flying. That's what's all the lag's about. I need 2 more. That's all I need left, is just 2 more of those things. Yay. Okay, so we're just going to put this one here and see if that's the reason. So, yeah. But, so we're going to be working on some machines, so let's just go to mods. Let's go all the way, no, not down there. Let's go all the way to thermal expansion. Okay, so thermal expansion has got an upgrade, as you can see. Creative storage box, that's kind of cool. Okay. So I've screwed with this a little bit, not really too big. But they've now made levels of energy cells, so that's kind of cool. But they also changed the power system, which makes me mad. Because it's kind of like, oh, they used to just be so perfect. You could store this much, and you could send this much, and... Why'd you gotta change crap? Don't change crap. I like the levels of it, but I don't like that you now are using a different power system. Go back to, MJ's. Minecraft Joules. Instead of RF. What is RF? I like everything that's been changed, but also I'm a little ticked off because it just makes like everything else so much more like pain for me. Alright, but first off, we're gonna need to have a basic system, which is these 2 things. Alright, so we're kinda getting away from, oh, I'm just lagging for some reason. I think I'm not gonna need the engines anymore. I probably will need the pistons, but the engines I'm not going to need. So we are going to teach this pulverizer. I want you to learn how to make that. And, okay, so I'm going to need gold and redstone. Redstone, gold, some more redstone. And you just place it in there, similar to the way they used to do it, and bada bing, bada boom. So we're going to want about 3. That should be good. Now pulverizers we need, okay, now that's already saved to this compartment, not this one, to this one. Oh, and they now change it so you can use any type of glass, anything that's got the, oh, I'm missing gold and silver. I'm missing gold. Okay, so now we got that. Now what else is needed for a pulverizer? Flint, copper, and a piston. Now we already have the piston recipe saved. Haha. See what I mean by I've actually planned this through a little bit. I haven't just gone off and done blah 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 blah. You should be able to work. I don't care if I'm using the wrong elements with this and that and blah blah. Shush. Okay. See, so it's sensing that that is still properly enabled to use. Okay, flint. Oh, I got flint, but I'm gonna need more. That should be enough. Alright, pulverizer. Flint. And that. And I'm gonna need some copper. Wait, are you copper? No, you're tin. Are you... where the crap is my copper? That'll work. Doing, doing. So see how it's see how it took that copper? Anything that's got the registered copper as it will use that. So it's a really cool system. Let me just make sure this is copper, molten copper. Alright, and then one of you. Thank you very much. So I'm doing a little bit of ore duplication right now. Not a lot, but at least enough just as a basic system. Okay. Because we're running low on copper, and I need a lot more copper. I forget that the copper is like one of those things that you run out really quickly. So I'm thinking, is I don't want this all to be located here. But for right now, just because of power, we're just gonna put this 1 floor up. Just for power reasons and things like that, we're just gonna put 3. Why did I make 3? I don't even know why I made 3 pulverizers. I'm already getting ready for stuff way down the road. I'm an idiot. Why did I make 3 pulverizers? Why don't I ever think? Think, idiot, think. Alright, so we're just gonna go back out here. I gotta get some just redstone stuff. Make me up some of the U. I should take you. Give me some more redstone. Yikes! I need to go do some redstone hunting. Okay, so yeah, we're definitely gonna need to go get some more redstone soon. But just for right now, I'm just gonna cut the line there. Are you joking? Are you... That's why they made it so you could use lead. Alright. There's gotta be a default setting for this, because this just enrages me. The beauty of thermal expansion was that you could use it with buildcraft power. That was the whole purpose of it. If you guys cannot tell, I'm extremely enraged right now, so... That just really ticks me off. That, like... I get you just started taking control of the mod and you want to make a name for the mod, but the mod already had a name. The mod was already perfect. So don't be screwing with my with already established perfection. It's not cool. Now see, I'm about to take over thermal expansion. I'm legitimately about to take over thermal expansion and rework it the original way. That was another complaint I always had with Tekkit. They would always do something identical to this crap. You better be able to use this with stupid engines. If you cannot use this with engines, then thank you, by God. Alright, deactivate the power system for now. Just deactivate it. Okay, so yeah, this has got to... Unless I'm... And these transferred how much? 80. Which I don't know how big that is. Honestly. Okay, so if you start seeing like me just drop off the face of this planet, that is because I am reworking this entire mod back to original status. And I'll take the 1.5 version, the version that the last crew made. Because this is just... good lord. I get that it's become an independent mod of its own, but it already was able to do that just using the same exact power system as the other one did. So stop screwing with crap, you people. If you want to send, if somebody in the comments wants to like link this to the people who make that, to people who took over the mod, you are more than welcome to. Actually, I would. Yes, that was that. I'm gonna have to bleep that whole thing out now. Give me a minute. Okay, guys, welcome back. Real quick, I am in the second version of this world, minus all my creations, and I am in creative mode. This I just recreated it in creative mode, just so I had a test world just to experiment what kind of destruction and things like that. So one thing I want to get off my chest, because it's really just bothering me altogether, is that now you have to use everything licensed by, well, everything that, like, here's what you can use. Okay, a filler can accept buildcraft, can accept engine, can accept power from thermal expansion stuff, but thermal expansion stuff will not accept power from buildcraft stuff. And King Lemming's response for that was the GUI, or the API for buildcraft became absurd to use. And I can understand being mad at certain things. I really can. I mean, I get mad myself a lot at just certain things, but really, just to completely drop an entire mod just because of the fact that it did that, just because it just became absurd to use, I mean, I get it, but still. Uncalled for. I mean, I'm at a low level tier in my other world, as you guys see, and now I've got to I gotta install power converters and crap like that. The beauty of thermal expansion, and why I loved it, and I think a lot of other people loved it, was because it was a bridging mod. You could use it to bridge buildcraft to railcraft. So now it will not accept railcraft power, because railcraft power uses MJs. And they call it redstone flux, is what their power system is now called, which a lot of other mods do accept. Minecraft Reloaded does support it. Actually, I will bring up the list. Actually, give me a minute. Mod support, cross mod support. Here we go. So, applied in logistics, atomic science, big reactors, energy toolbox, and engineer's toolbox, Enhanced Portal 3, Extra Utilities, Logitech, Mechanism, MFFS, Mindchem, Mindfactory Loaded Power Suits, Open Proverbial Power Converters, blah blah blah, Tinkers, Domic, and Wales, or Walva, whatever. So all those mods support it. Yet, one of the oldest mods that has lasted through every update, Buildcraft. Like, you were built off of Buildcraft, and I get you wanting to break away, make a name for yourself, make it for yourself, but I'm just ticked off because now these super expensive, these things will not operate and work with everything I built myself around. Literally everything I built myself around, creating a certain engine, everything for myself. Look, I did this. This was my fusion coil design. It was me. It was 100% Fusion Coil Productions. Sure, it was a little weird, but that's what Fusion Coil is about. And see, they won't even acknowledge that it is connecting. So, if you want to get Steam, if you want to use your Steam engines and Steam stuff, and you've got to go do this. You've got to go build a thermal expansion with, probably, yes, the Steam engines. A little bit easier to build compared to the other version, compared to all that steel you're required to build. Yes, they're easier in that sense, but you also now need to add coolant to the steam. So forgive me if I sound like a pain in the butt right now, but this design, now, I don't know if they're introduced to Steam, if they will also then support the Steam coming in and automatically start powering themselves. If they do that, I will probably have no problem accepting it. I'm just trying to find a Steam barrel. Okay, I found a Steam barrel. Because it's honestly, that's my biggest complaint, is the fact that I built myself around my knowledge. I built my my company, which actually I'm preparing to actually make myself a legitimate company and recognized as a company. I know it's kind of like, really? You want FusionCoi Productions to be recognized as a company? Because yes, we're about to do animations. Oh, look at that, I had to blow that secret too. So I'm going to see if the moment I introduce... It should automatically... No, it's probably not automatically going to start working. The one thing that is a nice improvement over the previous versions is that this, it will now just go to that one. So now we've got a creative Steam barrel. So it's automatically outputting. Now see, it's not automatically starting to burn. So that means, oh, but wait, I can do that. So that way, it will automatically, oh, my bad, start to burn. Wait, ignore. Ignore. So, control status, signal required, ignored. So that means that, yes, it probably will now accept it. I've just got to get a blank one of you, and let's hope that it will. But now I've got to add coolant to the whole system. And oh, look at this. Well, it's not working. Why aren't these actually legitimately working? It should just be able to burn the steam itself. I don't get why it's not. I honestly do not get why it's not just beginning automatically. Because honestly, this is my biggest complaint. I mean, I used it from the beginning. Like, my third mod I learned how to use was this mod. But now it's just not completely... Do I need to add water now to the network? If I need to add water to the network, I can understand adding water to a network. I'm just going to get a water drum. So this is sort of a... Let's figure out how to actually work this mod. And I'm a little mad and I'm a little peeved off. That's what this whole episode's pretty much turned into 90%. And I'm going to need to upload this to a server quite soon. But I might be ripping off the... Oh, look at that! Still no power. Oh, but wait. You've got to set this now to accept a power. At least I don't have a clue of how this system works at all whatsoever. But I think it's got to do something with configuring inputs and outputs and crap like that. I know it means output. So input should work. The whole system should be just an input system. At least in theory. Again, theory. Yeah, I'm just getting really laggy all of a sudden for absolutely no reason at all. Seriously, activate. If I've got to put a whole thing of redstone just surrounding you, that's going to really make me mad. This might not even make it into the final actual part of the episode. See, I'm just going to set this to high now. See, so I've set this to high now. So that way it should start powering itself. But no, I'm getting nothing from this entire system. These engines are not turning on, they're not engaging, they're not doing a damn thing. Why not? Why, to heaven's sake, are you not doing anything? What do you want? Do you actually want it in the capsule form? I got steam barrel, and I got steam bottle. That's all I got that contains steam. Power output, energy stored. Oh, they're just not making the animation? Really? They're not gonna make the animation? The animation is the best thinking part of the entire mod. Okay, well, at this point I might as well just use power converters. Honestly, at this point, unless they add an animation, I'm ticked off. I'm honestly too bloody... They're not even storing up energy, that's not even storing up energy. So it's stored up like a micro amount of energy. But then I just put it right back into the network. Okay. So, what we have here is a dilemma. Remove thermal expansion 100% or keep it. And be angry. Keep it, be angry. Leave it, be angry. Or start my own mod that is not similar to thermal expansion, not different, but still brings back everything I love about thermal expansion. Just like what Project Red is doing. Very similar to Red Power 2, but not identical. I like that idea. Alright, you guys want me to start modding that? I will go ahead. And I will not be working on it alone. Hopefully I'm able to get a few of my friends working on the new mod. Because I do have a good quantity of friends that work on mods. Alright, well, I will see you guys. I'm going to go back there and I'm going to rant and rave about that. Okay, so my thing with thermal expansion has just decreased significantly. Some of you guys may be asking why? What just happened with thermal expansion out of the blue? Well, they've completely stopped supporting Buildcraft. I'm literally not joking. So I know some of you guys are like, yeah, you idiot, they stopped supporting Buildcraft a while ago. Well, I did not know. I mean, thermal expansion was built around the basis of providing machines to the Buildcraft world, using Buildcraft power, MJs. And thermal expansion was somewhat of a key necessity for anything to, well, just for all the good stuff that came with Buildcraft to actually work well. By that I mean a lot of the engines, a lot of the power sending, whatever you want to call that, systems. Buildcraft was a key role. Thermal expansion was a key role, and they just sent it away. They're like, oh, you can still power stuff with thermal expansion things. You can still power thermal expand. You can still use thermal expansion. Now this is from King Lemming himself. I don't care if he gets angry at me. If he sees this video, I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all. You can power thermal expansion items. Buildcraft, you can power thermal expand. You can power like refineries with thermal expansion power, or RF with fluids dust. With a lot of mods are supporting, which I understand. But the two oldest and major mods are not being supported by some of these mods. And to me, that's just what's wrong with you people. You're going against basically the beginning of modding, beginning of industrialization of Minecraft. You're like going against the modding gods. If there's modding gods, please strike them down right now. But he said, oh, you can use steam dynamos or whatever. You can use this, and oh, it works just as well. Bullcrap. You need to now add in. Now this is from him. They do not have an animation. I checked. They do not have an animation for going up and down for Buildcraft. Bullcrap. They should. Now a steam dynamo or whatever the crap you want to call it is the same as a commercial steam engine. Why? Why is it the same level? Why? And he's like, oh, well, you can add upgrades to it that'll make it just as good as that'll make it better than an industrial steam engine. I'm like, but it still needs coolant. He's like, yes. I'm like, if you're going along steam basis, steam does not need a coolant, because steam is a coolant and a product of itself. So why on earth are you saying we have all of a sudden need to do this? And it's just like, the new API for Buildcraft became absurd. Which I just went and looked at the new Buildcraft API. Looks the same as it always has. Now, Buildcraft has always been a difficult mod to just get to cooperate, but recently it's been getting a lot easier, and that's what their new API was designed to do, from what I could tell. So to me, thermal expansion has become on my list of I am ticked off, I don't like this at all, and he's like, oh, you can use power converters. Power converters is no longer being updated. So, and you can't just take one of these and add it to this line. It will not accept the power. So you've got to use everything from them yourself. Now, they can power the machines, because I've done it, but the whole reason why I like thermal expansion, because it gave me the energy cells, it gave me a way so that I knew stuff would not explode, and it's just like, yeah, we're going off and doing our own thing, but you're going to need to build this, 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 and this, and it's like, yeah. The only reason I would keep it was, for one, Tesseracts, and they don't even accept Buildcraft power anymore, so I'm going to need to... Oh, this is not a... I don't know, King Lemming, why. I get it was absurd. I don't care if it took you 6 more years to develop it just for 1.6. Either... I'm honestly just about to go, and right this very minute, go and start developing my own mod that basically works with Buildcraft and build up... and just... because honestly... I get that, like, so many other mods are developing their own power system, and I understand, but Mechanism, which is somewhat of a new mod, still can accept Buildcraft power. Applied Logistics, any power system. And it's just like, why can't you just accept both? I mean, so many other people are accepting it, and you just don't want to. So, in my eyes, it's kind of like, what the crap just happened? So, this whole... thermal expansion, starting work on thermal expansion may never happen. It may never happen. I did show you just how to grade it. They kept the same basics, but they just got rid of everything that made thermal expansion great in my eyes. If you disagree, let me know. If you think thermal expansion is 10 times better than what it originally was, put it down in the comments. I am more than welcome. I will gladly hear you out to see why I should start using it. It's gonna be a very hard time to convince me, but I will listen. I'm not the type of person who won't listen to anybody else's beliefs or stories or whatever you want to say. I am all ears. Quite literally. So, let me know. If you think that the thermal expansion is improved or has got complete crap, let me know. Put it in the comments down below. You may see a lot of buildcrafting. You may see me just jump right into IC2 and just completely ignore this. Actually, you wanna know what? Oh, ivory. Are you joking? To make an ivory... And you wanna know how... That is a rare element. You can't even make crap. Compression. Use tin. Okay, let's see what that does. Let's honestly see what that does. Okay, so... Still gonna need my old-fashioned piston, so we got wood, I just need some cobblestone. Eat cobblestone. Oh, and we're gonna need redstone. For real, if you're gonna at least do that. And honestly, if he wants just like bring me into a Skype chat and ask me and just like get my opinion, I'm gonna tell him this too. Yeah, I'll even put my Skype in the down below where you can contact me. Because I just want to talk not face to face, but voice to voice, so I don't have to type. Because one, I don't like typing, and two, just so I can get your side of the story. Oh, good lord, are you really? What did they just make a silver gear? Oh, I'd grab silver. I was supposed to grab tin. I'm an idiot. That still has not burned off a lot of my time. I thought that would actually burn off a good quantity of time. Burned off nothing. Take that one. No, keep that. Stop doing crap. Okay, that should be enough. What else is needed? This, which requires a silver. I'm just gonna make 2 because I don't know if I'm actually gonna like this at all. Oh, and look at the beauty of that. I don't need a piston. Wow. Alright, so let's see the interface for this. You got of something and you got of something else. So I'm guessing it's water and fuel. That's honestly what I'm getting at. It's water and fuel. I just wasted a lot of iron then for nothing. If I did just waste a lot of iron, I'm going to be ticked off to Kingdom Come. Okay, so one side's water. I would like to, I don't know, in theory, see an animation. Oh, look at that. It won't even connect. I'm just going to grab a bucket of fuel. Will this thing stop doing that? That's honestly driving me insane. Alright, so it's got fuel. Power. It requires power. It's storing up energy. Okay. But what is this in relative to everything else? Let me just get out my old-fashioned nifty Google. RF to MJ. RF to MJ Minecraft. Okay, thermal expansion. MJ is... Okay, so even thermal expansion even now just released. Discussion. Oh, that's on Reddit. Kneel before your bee overlord. Oh, that's probably what's her name? Okay, because I'm honestly just a total. So also the future updates will add support to micro block covers and adding support, and there are most major features and small features as well. MJ, they do support MJ. Any machine connected to a conduit that requires MJ will auto-convert to RF to MJ. But what is the conversion? That is what I want. I want a conversion. Like, what is it this much more efficient? Stop using millibuckets. But T does everything smoothly so far. Not another power system, but T doesn't everything completely, of course. IC power has voltage, and BC is just straight through. BC is just straight through, and is also more about creating and stabilizing the system than storing energy. Here's my opinion. Building a mod to replace what you've done to crap. So, yeah, if you don't like that, and honestly, there is no way to, like, it doesn't tell you what is the conversion. So what we're just going to do is we're just going to completely disconnect one refinery and see if one thing can power the refinery all on its own. Because if it can power one refinery all on its own, then it's an effective system. But if it can't... Okay, this must have a backlog of power, cause... Okay. Okay, so it can power one refinery all on its own, which is kind of impressive for that. Now what about 2? Nope. Now let me see. Will one Buildcraft thing be able to power one refinery all on its own? Is that possible for a Buildcraft power system? Oh no, look at that. That was just with its backlog of power. Okay, so that was with its backlog of power, so it's not as effective as I originally thought. Sorry for reading stuff in during this episode. Alright, now we are going to get a power surge. And everything still is kind of building up power still. So we're going to wait till after the power surge is finished. So any moment now, the power amplitude, or whatever you want to call that, should be done. Or it's not going to stop. No, get rid of that. So, stored. Oh, it's still burning through a lot of what it's got stored. Like this thing's got the max stored. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll just leave this online, as this is just basically dying of lack of power. So, and I would love to show you guys this. Turn the whole network off. Everything starts halting, just as it should. And I'm trying to get over here, but we connect that, and we connect that. Bam, power. And not cheap little power either. So I'm just saying that Buildcraft power system, and Buildcraft can store, it's not like DC, whereas like alternating currents and basically people think Buildcraft is alternating currents and not thermal expansion, IC2 is alternating currents. Which, yes, one's like kind of more like Nikola Tesla, one's not like Nikola Tesla, one's like Thomas Edison. But still, you're basically just breaking away from your thing, and it annoys me. That's honestly what I'm saying right now. It annoys me. I don't know. I don't. I'm just saying it's not a good. I don't like. Yeah, loaded into extreme. I like this guy. He's saying it's a step in the wrong direction. King Lemming is holding his mod in order to respect Buildcraft growth, going closer to Buildcraft modders' own mods since I. Yeah, it's just a lot of people aren't enjoying, at least from what I'm understanding, a lot of people are not enjoying the new power system that King Lemming has implemented. I can understand King Lemming wanting to kind of break away from Buildcraft because Buildcraft has become a little bit more friendly with its own mods, but thermal expansion was one of Buildcraft's mods. Here's the mods that were developed after Buildcraft was released: Forestry, Railcraft, and Thermal Expansion. Those are the first three I can name. Those are the first ones that come to brain. Everything else on this wonderful list of mods that I have here. So we'll just go through. Additional Buildcraft objects, that was a mod that did come after, so we got all that stuff. Buildcraft itself. We got none of this else, nothing else. Factorizations doesn't support it, but extra utilities does. That just shows you how big of a mod it is. I don't know how a lot of Buildcraft mods. Minefactory Loaded, Buildcraft, IC2, pretty much anything can support it. Alright, Open Blocks doesn't do that. I'm just saying, Buildcraft, Thermal Expansion, U2, those were two of the best mods developed for a specific thing. And you're just about to just rip it out. Don't. That's all I'm going to say is don't. I don't care if I have to go revive the old-fashioned thermal expansion I won't call it thermal expansion, but I will build it off of the same basic principles that it should be. At least that I enjoy. You may not, but I do. So if I drop off the face of the planet again, that's because I'm working on rebuilding a mod. From scratch. I'm not even gonna. I also do not like that there's no animation for this. There's nothing for it. It's just powered. It's kind of like you made it look like an engine, but you're not even gonna give it an animation. Now, if there's something in the configs, let me know. But If it's not going to be that way, there's not a config that allows me to adjust it, then fine. By almighty fine, I will be done arguing, and I may just start using it. I may, every time I have to use it, protest my use of it. Because honestly, thermal expansion, please, by almighty modding gods, go back to the way you're meant to be. Go back to be in working with Buildcraft. It's meant to be. And some idiot just commented that it's more plug and play. Bull crap. Bullcrap is more plug and play. It's just as sophisticated as Buildcraft is. I still have to get a power line, I still have to get power, I still have to get coolant, I still have to get the fuel line to them. The whole thing revolves around the coolant. Now I'm thinking this is, actually, I don't even know what a magnetic domino could even be. Steam may be pumped in instead. Requires water and solid fuel. Steam may be pumped in instead. Alright, well that's interesting. But you still need the coolant for the steam is what I know. But, heck, that's just me kind of ranting and raving about my dislike of the new update. And if you see me porting my own porting the old version back, don't hate me. It's just something I feel I have to do. And heck, if I never add anything new to it, I would just keep porting the same old perfect version back and back and back. But I will conduct this. We do know that one doesn't power that much. So we're disconnecting everything again, and we're only turning one on. Okay. We're only turning one on, meaning I'm only taking the lever and I'm only going to turn that on. Alright, we're going to see how it does powering just one. Alright, so it's bouncing back and forth. It's building up energy. I still think it does build up energy. So yeah, it's producing 6.0 mine joules per tick. So I'm guessing the way that it says, like, okay, max is 100 and something. Like, this produces 64. So let me just connect that. Add this right. Actually, we're just going to add it right here, just so I do not have to move it. Add that there, and oh, you're going to be a little particular, aren't you? You're going to want the coolant. Okay. So it's managing to keep it at a stable state. So, in comparison, it's able to keep it just at a stable state of the system. Okay. So we know that it does somewhat. This can produce 256 Minecraft joules per tick. So that's how much Minecraft power you can have flowing through the network at a single moment. And it will store the energy too. It won't just blatantly ignore that there's energy. I'm just saying, don't completely get rid of what you are known for. But you don't have fuel. Oh yeah, I gotta activate the fuel line. Just enough to get you fuel. There you go. So yes, that is what we have concluded. That this is somewhat decent, yet still a little bit pain. I liked being able to just add different mods in with different mods and all, like coalescing together. Nope, King Lemming has completely removed that. And I do not know how Dire of 20 is, because this is very similar to the mod pack he has that he has. So I have no clue how he's going to respond to that. Very interested to see how he responds to that. So, yeah. Actually, let's calculate this. Oh, I'm way past my wrapping up point. I gotta go. See you guys in the next episode. Remember, keep playing that Minecraft.